riffs are too repetitive, the lyrics make no sense. All the songs are B-sides and the cover art's a mess. There's so much here to tear apart. Listen to it for a week, now that week has passed. Here's Why I Hate This Album podcast with Tim and Garrett.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Why I Hate This Album, the show where we pick a song or album, listen to it for an entire week straight, and then come back here and tell you, the listener, if we hate it and why. I am one of your hosts, Garrett Harvey. With me, as always, co-host extraordinaire, butthole surfer to my silver server, Timothy Richardson. Butthole, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, pretty good this week, Garrett. Pretty good.
I am beyond suspicious of that answer.
Oh, you shouldn't be, Garrett. As you know, the year is moving on. We are moving toward the spooky season, Spooktember through Spookcember, and then on into, obviously, Febuspook. And the interns and I, Garrett, we've been preparing for the spooky season. We caught a vampire in the park this week.
We caught a vampire?
The interns and I, yes. We're storing him in a cage under my couch bed, so if you've heard a bunch of screeching, that's probably what that is. We are currently waiting him out. He's going to turn back into human form from a bat soon, or he's going to get the sunlight. Anyway, once he is in full vampire form, we are, of course, going to have the best Spooktober, Spookoween, Spook House in the tri-state area. I'm going to make a shit ton of money. And also, Garrett, luckily, it appears that you cannot be turned into a vampire if they bite you in bat form, which is great news for several of our interns who are admittedly suffering from some confusion, agitation. I think Cody has hallucinations, but...
Looks like we're all going in for another round of rabies shots.
Well, he was the first one bitten by a bat, so it makes sense that he would be the most rabid.
Furthest along.
Yes.
No.
Gino's wife honestly seems very suspiciously upset about Cody. I don't know why. That guy sucks.
Yeah, well, I gotta be honest, Tim. Once again, you have unwittingly, I hope, introduced rabies into the podcast. And I fear, much like last time, it will be weeks before we are rid of this disease. First it's Cody, then it's Tom B. Brady, then it's you, then it's me, then it's you, then it's me.
Stop biting me back! You cunt.
Stop biting me!
Well, I mean, you know
rabies,
what I'm doing.
Right. Anyway, see, it's a vicious cycle.
Perhaps. I don't know.
Still rabies. God, stop trapping bats.
Stop. I'd really got nothing. I'm sorry.
Let's move on. Tim, what album or song have we been listening to for an entire week straight?
We have been listening to Vertical Horizon's 1999 soft rock, dare I say, adult contemporary hit, Everything You Want.
And Tim, after an entire week with Vertical Horizon and their hit, Everything You Want, I'm very curious. Do you hate this song?
Garrett, I think I kind of do. This thing sucks. The video sucks. These guys suck. This guy's beard sucks. We'll talk about that later. I have some thoughts. Anyway, what about you, Garrett? I know for sure that you related to this song in 1999, what with all your unrequited loves and unfulfilled erections. But how do you feel about this pathetic high school Gary poetry now?
Did you say unfulfilled erections?
I don't know, maybe.
Oh, no, don't leave. My erection will go unfulfilled. Fulfill it yourself. God. Wow. Yeah, so do I hate this? No.
But you're gonna.
I almost certainly will. This is sad piss boy cuck rock.
I've got cuck rock written in my notes.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Let me see that. There it is, right up top. Okay, I stand corrected. Or in agreement?
Yeah.
Anyway, this is a weird episode. Let's keep moving forward, Tim. Before we talk about this song, I'm super curious. Prior to this week, what's your history here? It's 1999. Are you in country? Were you exposed to Vertical Horizon's Everything You Want?
I mean, I was, in the sense that I was either riding or driving to high school when this came out, and for the 2 approximately years after that. This was something that popped up on 94.5 The Buzz on the way to high school. I am shocked, though, to learn that it was as familiar as it was, because this is no shitty NoFX song. 14 to 16-year-old Tim could not possibly have been into this. So I will say this.
Blame the buzz.
Yeah, blame the buzz. I didn't really know more than the chorus, so it does seem likely that I fucking turn this off as soon as possible. Yeah. What about you, Garrett? I assume you are angry that they stole from you to put this song out and then were more successful than you.
Yeah, I mean, I really hate to say that you have almost completely nailed my history. So,
unfulfilled erections and all.
Yikes. So I heard this quite a bit while driving around Fort Worth, Texas, listening to 94.5 The Edge, Fort Worth's alternative rock station. It's no buzz. Taste the buzz.
Did yours also switch to be 107.5 halfway through your high school?
I had moved away, so tough to say.
Yes.
Any whoozleby, I, of course, was very upset by this song. They had clearly taken my high school poetry. I related to this song, if not the song, the sentiment of this song quite a bit. I don't know if I've ever told you this. I probably have.
Oh, God. I'm terrified.
No, it's
very going to be so sad.
It's not sad. It's a little sad. You know enemy of the show, Sean.
Yes.
We won't use last names.
I don't know his last name. It's something Italian.
It's Eastern European.
Oh, I can't.
Anyway, I don't know his last name. I think it was Italian.
I know it's something difficult to pronounce, and I'm not going to get there.
A lot of syllables. Anyway, his brother Beans, I tried systematically to steal that guy's girlfriend for 2 years straight and was not successful.
Okay.
But yeah.
And how is that related at all to this?
Oh, unrequited love, trying to
you would listen to this? Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there you go. There you go. I related to the themes of this song, which of course we'll get into in just a moment. But that's the mindset of the sad little incel Garrett in 1999.
Well, you were involuntarily celibate, but you weren't an incel. An incel is somebody that is committed to that as a lifestyle.
Oh, I was the opposite.
Yeah. You were committed to failure, but you were still committed to not...
yeah. Like, I wanted to fulfill my erections.
Right. But they were unfulfilled for...
So unfulfilled.
Yeah.
Well, they were fulfilled. It's just more a self-transaction.
Yeah, and that one time with that girl's dad.
No. Tim, we've done enough of these that people haven't heard them all, and it sounds like somebody's dad...
Oh, sorry.
They didn't.
No. A young lady with a goatee, shall we say?
No, what?
Fulfilled you. Like his face
You've
was
made
painted
it worse.
shut.
Fulfilled me.
No, they didn't. She didn't.
I said fulfilled, not filled.
Garrett,
you shut up now.
That's how this week's gonna go. I'm sorry.
I thought this was gonna be a real simple week.
Oh, I'm rabid, Garrett.
I'm so rabid. Yeah. Welcome back to the show. 80% of us have rabies and 20% haven't been tested. So you do the math. Anyway, that's your history. That's my history. That is to say, I think that the Buzz and the Edge were the same station. Before we can talk about the song itself, I want to understand just a little bit more about this band. So Tam, take us on a journey, Tam. Help me understand who's Vertical
Tim, for the record. For new listeners.
Of course, sorry. New listeners, Tom. Tom, take us on a journey. Help us understand who is Vertical Horizon, what is Everything You Want, and why in God's name did America decide to listen to this?
Vertical Horizon started as a duo of Matthew Bennett Scannell and Keith Kane. Keith Kane is from Connecticut. He had an early interest in music, writing songs as a boy, and playing in bands in high school. He was a member of the band Fallout Shelter in college. Pretty cool name. Matt is from Massachusetts and started playing guitar as a child. He met Keith while they were both attending the Jesuit-controlled Georgetown University in Washington, D.C. Go Wildcats. Now, the two of them formed Vertical Horizon in 1990. They met at a house party where one of them was playing guitar. It doesn't fucking matter. But Vertical Horizon is a band that was named after indulging in what Gino has described, and I am quoting him here, some pretty dank ganja, dude. And I know. I'm just reading what's written.
Ganja.
Right. I don't think he's up on the hip lingo. According to legend, though, after they came up with this name, they high-fived 38 times in a row because they had come up with the idea of, like, what if a horizon wasn't horizontal? What if it was vertical? Like, what would that be? Like a vertec or like a vertizen or Verizon? Is that why Verizon is called Verizon? And why does a mirror flip you left to right but not up and down?
No.
This is one of those things that sounds clever at first, but is in fact stupid. It's stupid.
This band name implores you to never think about it.
Anyway, Garrett, these two contemptible asshats started playing acoustic music as some sort of Halloween prank in Spooktember 1991 around DC area clubs. They were good boys. They did not want to drop out of college, so Matt graduated in 1992 with a bachelor's degree in psychology, whilst Keith Kane graduated with a bachelor's in Japanese, a move that makes even Rivers Cuomo say, Ozomashi.
Okay. No. You get one.
Fair enough.
We'll keep it, and we'll even double it, but you won't get another one.
Fair enough. They moved to Cape Cod and worked at a golf course to save money for a demo, probably working side by side with the subject of the Toadies Rubberneck, Garrett Harvey's brother. They then relocated to Boston and self-released their debut album, There and Back Again, which, you guessed it, referenced to the subtitle of The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. Yeah.
Tim, did you read The Hobbit as a kid?
I did not.
What about Lord of the Rings?
No, and I've only seen the movies in German. It's a long story.
I think it's a short story. You saw them in Germany.
Oh, yes.
I have seen the movies more than a few times. When I tell people this, they swear to God I'm lying, but this is how illiterate I was as a child. Until the movies came out, I had never heard of The Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, but I mean, you grew up in Saudi Arabia, so that's fine. Those
That
are
is
clearly
you,
Christian
Tim.
books.
That is you, Tim. And apparently the cast of King of the Hill. But it is you. You're confusing you and me again.
I think King of the Hill stole my life.
Yes, they did.
Or
it was very good.
rather, my
I was
parents'
alarmed.
life.
I began jumping up and down going, why is their life like Tim's life? Wait, what's happening?
Yeah. Anyway, Garrett, they toured as a duo. They performed with other acoustic whatevers. At some point in here, Matt Chanel lost all of his hair. He responded to this by growing a beard. Sort of.
Okay.
And I suspect we will discuss at great length in the music video section of this Prepisode this beard. But this beard sucks. It isn't a soul patch exactly, since it's not on his, it's on the tip of his chin and not just, God damn it, Gina wrote lower labia.
That's wrong.
I know. It's on the tip of his chin and not on his lower lip, but it is about the width and length of your typical soul patch, which to me is the beard equivalent of a Hitler mustache.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I first saw this look on the dude in Anthrax. That guy usually has a dyed red version of this.
Yeah, but this one is so short. It's literally the length of a Hitler mustache, just moved down a bit.
Yeah, that is strange. And it's about what? About an inch and a half wide?
Yeah, now, am I saying that Vertical Horizon subscribes to the,
teachings of the Nazi Party? No.
No, of course not. Of course not.
No,
They're
we're
probably
not saying
not.
that. No, we are here to say Vertical Horizon, 99% chance, not followers of the Nazi Party.
Now, you say 99%, but I don't know if you've looked around America lately. It's not that good of a chance. I'm going to say 83%. Anyway, Gert, in 1995, they released the album Running on Ice, still mostly as a duo, now featuring some guests on drums and such. In 1996, though, Edward Arthur Toth, aka Ed Toth of East Lyme, Connecticut, and University of Miami's Frost School of Music fame, got a job at Boston's Borders Books. Fatefully, Matt Chanel's mom came in looking to buy one of her son's Vertical Horizon CDs. They allegedly listened to it together in the store. Ed Toth really liked what he heard. According to Wikipedia, his enthusiasm for the recording impressed Chanel's mother so much that she got him on the guest list for a V8 show at Mama Kin, which is, of course, Aerosmith's Boston club. Now, Ed Toth loved Vert Horror so much, they really did it for the young Ed Toth. So when they had auditions for a drummer, he auditioned and guess what? Got the part. He's their new drummer. Also, to our listeners, this is what you should be doing for us. Be like Matt Chanel's mom. I don't know how to say it. For us. Promote us, is what I'm saying.
There it is.
Yes.
I was just like, wait, what? You lost me.
They released a live album with their new drummer in 1997, and then they decided that the drummer had worked out so well for the band, maybe they should get a bassist. So they hired Sean Hurley in 1998, and then basically immediately signed signed to RCA and released Everything You Want, the album and the song, in 1999, making them far more successful, but still mostly on the soft rock and adult contemporary charts. After taking a bit of time off for 9/11, they released the album Go in 2003, although RCA did not promote this at all and nobody bought it. In 2008, Matt joined up with the much more successful Richard Marx to release the acoustic album Duo, that is basically these two fellas doing acoustic versions of songs from their respective bands and previous albums and such. In 2009, Vertical Horizon released the album Burning the Days, which did poorly. Neil Peart did some of the drumming, and drummer Ed Toth, the guy that Matt Scannell's mom seduced into the band, left to become a Doobie Brother.
Well, that was unexpected.
It is. In 2010, Keith Kane also left.
To become a Doobie Brother?
No, he just didn't want to be in this anymore. In 2010, Matt and Richard Marx released Duo Live. In 2011, Richard Marx was performing at a theater in St. Charles, Illinois, and invited Matt to perform with him, a performance that is only notable as Hugh Jackman also performed with them at Richard Marx's request, and that is pretty sexy. Now, for those of you listeners who are unfamiliar, Hugh Jackman is the guy that played Gabriel Van Helsing in Stephen Sommers' criminally unrelated 2004 film, Van Helsing.
That's the reference you want to go with for him, Van Helsing?
It is.
I thought you were going to go Aronofsky with the one where he's on the island with the trees or whatever. Tree of Life.
He's in a space bubble, and it's terrible.
What is that terrible movie?
I don't know. Couldn't finish it. Do not have the patience for Aronofsky.
Michael loves that movie.
We should probably bleep that name because nobody wants to be associated with loving that movie. Anyway, Garrett, in 2013, Vertical Horizon released Echoes from the Underground. In 2016, friend of the band and friend of Hugh Jackman, Richard Marx, assisted Korean Air flight attendants in, and I'm quoting here, restraining an unruly, possibly intoxicated passenger on a flight from Hanoi to Seoul because he's a goddamn hero, similar to but legally distinct from Liam Neeson. And yes, Garrett, I did check the film where Liam Neeson was some sort of air marshal or something. I think it's called No Stops.
Nonstop.
Nonstop. Yeah.
You know, like a plane?
That happened before.
No stops. I don't care if you want to pull over. It's a plane. We can't stop it. It's no stops.
In 2018, Vertical Horizon...
Can't stop this plane!
God damn it. In 2018, Vertical Horizon released The Lost Mile, inspired by Depeche Mode, The Cure, New Order, and of course, No Country for Old Men.
Wait, what was the last one?
McCarthy novel, not the film. They want to be very clear. As far as I know, Verthor has not done anything since 2018, but Ed Toth does continue to be a Doobie Brother / the Doobie Brothers is his drummer.
And the lead singer's stepdad.
Yes, possibly. I don't know what that means. Anyway, Garrett.
Didn't the mother seduce him?
Oh, no. She seduced him into the band.
Right. I understand that. I suspect she was hitting on him and he misunderstood and was like, I'd love to join your son's band. And she was like, oh, yeah.
I mean, sure, they made love, yes.
I was implying my vagina, but band is fine. You can join the band.
Married, though.
Yeah, probably not. But he still has to call him dad.
Yes, he does.
Great history, Tim. That is to say, it's over. Before we get into the song, folks, just one more order of business. Let's have a bit of a listen in case you're not nearby. Can't give it the time it deserves. If you can, please watch the music video. We're going to talk all about it and their weird facial hair. But in case you can't, here it is, a little taste of Vertical Horizon's Everything You Want. Gross. Yeah, gross is the right way to start. Let's begin with that. This soft alternative cuck rock is just not for me.
It is. It's flaccid rock, Garrett. This is the kind of thing that, like...
kills boners.
Yeah. Because it's not that it's unfulfilled. It's like it's anti-fulfilled, you know? You know what that's like.
Oh, yeah. Wait, no. What? No, I'm not familiar with boner killers.
Well, I disagree. You've spent all week listening to this.
That's true. Yeah. So it's one thing to go unfulfilled. It's another thing to have your wiener get by Vertical Horizon.
Okay, we're gonna
too much. That's probably too.
We're gonna bleep one of those words, and it's not gonna be the one you think.
Tim's words, not mine.
It's barely classified as rock. I think it technically makes it, but again, this is soft, flaccid
alternative.
rock. It is adult contemporary. It is the kind of thing you listen to on the way home from like a real bad date. Like a date where like you wanted it to go well and it just didn't.
It didn't just go not well. It went poorly.
Right. And you
You'd
were
have
like,
been better off calling beforehand and saying, I can't come to this date. I have diarrhea. That would have been a better outcome.
yeah.
Let's play a game, Tim. I'm going to list a band, and you tell me, is that band more aggressive or less aggressive than Vertical Horizon?
Are you going to make me sad by mentioning Chuck Mangione?
Oh, man. R.I.P. Goo Goo Dolls.
More aggressive.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. So.
Wow.
You got to listen to those B-sides, Garrett.
Interesting. That City of Angels soundtrack with Nicolas Cage.
No, not that, no.
Okay. Anyway, Matchbox 20.
Oh, they rock way harder than this, Garrett.
They do rock harder. That is correct. Goo Goo Dolls, I'm unclear.
Yeah, all right. That's it's a little bit more on the line. Yeah.
Here's a toughie. Wallflowers.
Wallflowers rocks, Garrett. I don't know if you remember
Okay.
that episode.
This whole thing is fucking biased.
I'm just saying that band, I'm not going to say they slap or shit, but like...
Certainly don't shit hot snakes.
No. But they do rock.
They don't.
Is
Five for Fighting.
I don't know what that is.
I can't stand to cry. I'm not that naive.
Completely
Remember
unfamiliar with this. Garrett, is this possibly Christian music? Because a lot of internet people think it is. We will get into it in the comments.
It gets a little Christian-y, at least towards the back half. I've got one more for you, Tim. It's the hardest one of all. Who rocks harder? Vertical Horizon or Train?
Ooh, I think Vertical Horizon, maybe.
Maybe. Except Secret Time. I have been to a Train concert.
Okay. Oh, no, you know what? I know exactly what this is about. Yes, you have. And I didn't even, it was something that I didn't even make fun of you for. I just kind of squinted my eyes and let you know. That's not okay. What you're doing is not okay.
That did happen. But anyway, they did do Led Zeppelin covers in the encore, and they were pretty good. The dude's got pipes. But it's not part of their oeuvre. So
is that the
I
band
think,
that was FBI shills or FBI plants? I don't remember.
God, who could say? I don't think so, but maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think Vertical Horizon has it. Back to the song itself, Tim. We've talked about the musical stylings, right? It's the softest of soft rock.
It's the cuckiest of cuck rock.
Well, sure, and that's moving more towards into content.
That's true.
Is there anything need to be said about the singing style? It reminded me of like a softer live.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of got the, the way you're bathed in light.
Yeah, he does that. It's over emoting and somehow it still sounds hollow.
Wussy.
Yeah.
Okay, it's hard to really get into the song itself without addressing the content, so we should probably get into the lyrics. Anything need be said before we talk about the words in here?
I mean, we should say we know exactly what this is about. This is an ode to the friend zone before that was a term. In interviews in both 2010 and 2024, this Hey There Delilah fella. There's another good one. Plain white tees or this. Go. Which rocks harder?
I think this.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, it's what you do to me.
Yeah, no, that still slaps.
No.
Yeah, so
no.
this is about, but it's really insulting and infantilizing to whoever he's singing about. He said, I was in love with this girl. She was just a broken person. She kept turning to everyone except me for love and acceptance, and I wanted so much to help her. I wanted to be the one to give her everything she wanted, but I couldn't. She just couldn't accept it from me, and it was that pain that led me to creating this song. And I just want to say, what a cunt.
Listen, me and this man were very similar in 1999.
Oh, sure, but he was an adult, Garrett, and you were a boy. You were a horrible, miserable, shitty little boy, and he was a horrible, miserable, shitty little man who should have known better.
Yeah, I was just a stinky. I wasn't. Did you call me a little man? I was not a little man.
You were in 99, friend.
Not at 17. 16, yes. 17 was a different Garrett. A very hairy and stinky Garrett, but a bigger
Yeah,
Garrett.
you,
Really all came at once there. All right, let's kick things off. Somewhere they're speaking. It's already coming in. Oh, and it's rising at the back of your mind. You never could get it unless you were fed it. Now you're here and you don't know why. But under skin knees and the skid marks, past the places where you used to learn, you howl and listen and wait for the echoes of angels who won't return.
This feels like it belongs in a different song, and I don't mean that because it's like, this is the kind of thing that thinks it's really like highbrow, and it's not, but it thinks it's better than it is, and the rest of the song knows it's shit. Basically, I think he's saying she's a fuck-up who should obviously want him. He would make her better. He would fix her, but the fact that she doesn't want him is her failing.
Yes, you're a little ahead. Let's go off of what we've got so far. So this dude's implying, hey, you're with the wrong person. You're back complaining to me again. It's all of your poor choices, and you continue to get hurt in the exact same ways with your skin knees and apparent skid marks. Not sure we all agree on what that means. Because if it means what I think it means, I'm confused.
I feel like that's one of the guys in his band was like, hey man, you know how like cars, they leave like skid marks when you fuck up? Put that in your song. Everyone understands that very specific reference and its relation to automobiles.
You don't think anyone will think it's poop?
No, I don't.
Okay. Now, Tim, all of that assumes one very interesting thing, and that is the person that this woman is dating any of those things?
No, I don't think so. I think this is just let's say it again, a teenage Garrett, right?
He is Machiavellian in his advice. He is gaslighting this poor woman, bad-mouthing her boyfriend in an effort to shoehorn his way into her vagine.
Yes, he is.
I see. Spot on, Tim. Spot on reading. I couldn't agree more. We are in violent agreement.
I really hate when we are.
Can we not be? Song continues. He is everything you want. He's everything you need. He's everything inside of you that you wish you could be.
Let me stop you right there. That is, I assume what he's saying is he's what you want to be, I guess.
Yeah. Not only should you date me, you should emulate being like me.
Yes, but it's confusingly phrased because I'm not sure that's what it means. And also, if that's what it means, it's also confusing because what?
If I'm really trying to give him the benefit of the doubt and I read, he's everything inside of you that you wish you could be, he is saying you have these positive traits in you. You just choose to ignore them, and he does not.
Right,
That's
but at this
being
point,
generous.
it seems to be talking about the other guy, the guy that he doesn't like.
Oh, see, no. I think he is in the third person. He has not been revealed to her, but he is him.
Yes, we don't know that yet. So is this, okay. This feels like maybe in the early days of your Match.coms or something, and he is pretending to be somebody else online, and he is messaging her and like has come to the realization of like, oh shit, she's either gonna find this out, or maybe I can still swing this. I can like break up with her on this, but like do it in such a way that you're like, but isn't there like a best friend that's, maybe like a bald guy with like a Hitler mustache, but it's down on his chin?
I would say you're crazy, except I have done extensive research, and by that I mean watched many YouTube videos of people who are just addicted to catfishing other people. And the thing that stood out to me more than anything is that for most of these people, I assumed it was we'll use you and me for instance. It's like Garrett's posing as who's a sexy lady? Sydney Sweeney. Garrett's posing as Sydney Sweeney to seduce Tim. That might be the case, but in reality, Garrett's also posing as like Tim's buddy on Facebook and Tim's old friend from high school and this new person Tim met has never actually seen. And they are having like 7 conversations with these poor bastards, all in support of the big lie. And so you very much could have a situation here where he's getting online and being like, and he's posing maybe as a good friend or even a family member, talking up the singer of the song while bad-mouthing the current boyfriend.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's all him.
I will say this, I have never considered such a life, but this sounds as exhilarating as a peep.
It's a digital peep in a way because it's a multi-peep.
It's a multi-peep, but also you're subtly influencing the situation. It's as if you're peeping, and also you get to make occasional suggestions as to the scene you're peeping upon.
Good God, no wonder it's so addictive.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it tonight. You know what? In fact, here's the thing. If we
Yikes.
both were catfishing simultaneously the same person,
Right.
like, it would feel more genuine because we would be able to write in two at least distinct voices.
Yes. Okay, I have to remind you of 2011.
All right.
Dr. Creutzfeldt.
Yep.
And a little incident that we may or may not have influenced when we both started seeing the fine doctor and telling stories without acknowledging that we knew each other.
Yeah, that was a great month.
Yeah, not so much for the doctor.
Well, no.
I fear what you're proposing is going to end very similarly.
That's true, but, and granted, we did not use our actual names with the good doctor, but
Sure.
he had like security cameras in that lobby because, I would have too.
This anecdote is officially over.
My point is, we'll get away with it easier on the internet. Especially with your intimate knowledge of the dark web.
God damn it.
Tor
Just
browsers
stop.
and such.
Just stop. Song continues. Let's see. He's everything you want. He's everything you need. He's everything inside of you that you wish you could be. He says all the right things at exactly the right time, but he means nothing to you. And you don't know why.
Fake guy on the internet. I'm real.
Right.
I'm here in real life.
So I read all of this to be from the perspective of the singer about himself. Like, he's saying he, but it's really I. I am all of these things.
But we
and you don't give
know
me the
that
time of
yet.
day. Oh, absolutely. Song continues. You're waiting for someone to put you together. You're waiting for someone to push you away. There's always another wound to discover. There's always something more you wish he'd say.
He's saying you like the pain, right?
Right. He is saying, listen, you come over here, you eat all my ice cream, you say that you want me, someone to fix your problems, but really you just want another person to push you away and treat you like garbage.
Yeah, not like me. I'm here to stay.
Yeah. You need to do the right thing and settle for me.
My beard is too sexy.
Sure, it's just going to get longer and look like a stack of Mentos dangling from my
that's
chin.
the thing. It's not going to get any longer. I'm going to keep it right at mustache length. You don't need to know why.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
Get the chorus again, and that brings us to the bridge, which is weird, they say. But you'll just sit tight and watch it unwind. It's only what you're asking for, and you'll be just fine with all of your time. It's only what you're waiting for.
I think he's just accusing her of wasting her life, right? It's adding a little needle there. Like, come on, don't you want to do something? Either meet this guy from online or maybe like somebody that you already know.
Yeah, I mean, listen, either break up with him, you know he's a piece of shit, and I don't have a dog in the fight, Sheila. I'm just saying he's a real piece of garbage, and really the person you're looking for might just be in front of you. Song continues. Out of the island and into the highway, past the places where you might have turned. You never did notice, but you still hide away the anger of angels who won't return.
Now, here it gets interesting because, we're getting to angels are crying, angels are dying territory. Like, what are you...
Right.
Don't bring angels up, you son of a bitch. It's weird. It's weird. It's emo-y. It's angsty. It's dumb. You might be dying.
I am dying. Hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Jesus.
Garrett Harvey is vomiting on the floor.
Oh, God. I just inhaled a bunch of soda.
Yeah, I know.
It's horrible.
I know. And it's so carbonated, too. You're really having a bad time of it.
So carbonated. Why did I make it so carbonated? Apologies. So again, she's self-isolating before she turns onto the highway of life, I guess. Goes past all of those good choices she could have made, i.e. getting with this dude. Now, the anger of angels who won't return. It sounds like maybe, and you get super angry about your family and your friends who never help you out. We try to help you out, but you're a self-destructive cunt. And so we all left, except for me, who will never leave.
Yes, and now he has been, of course, communicating online with her family, driving them away, pretending to be her.
Yes, absolutely.
It's also really important when you're doing something like this to say, like, hey, and if you ever see me out in public, just know I'll deny all of this. Really seed that in there early.
You'll look crazy. Yikes.
God, Garrett,
All right.
we should catfish people again.
I am really upset with how much you've taken to this.
It seems great. Really just a way to control somebody, just make them do what you want.
Jesus. Song wraps up when he finally gives up the ghost. He replaces that third party he, him business and just owns it. He says, I'm everything you want. I'm everything you need. I'm everything inside of you that you wish you could be. I say all the right things at exactly the right time. I follow the rules. I do what you ask. I've got the dossier. I know everything about you. Why won't you love me?
I have been 7 different individual people for you. That's that's a lot. Yeah, no, and I mean this whole thing, it comes down to this at the end, right? The whole time it seems to be about him complaining about some guy, whatever. But the last bit of this, it just comes front and center. It's just, listen, I'm fucking awesome. I don't know why you don't want me. Is it the hair? Is it the lack of hair? Is it the fact that I have this stupid Hitler mustache on my face, on my beard? It's also kind of obnoxious because this is like you mentioned it earlier in the song, because it is an incredibly obvious turn or twist. The guy that she should definitely want to be with, turns out at the end it's him. I see dead people. Tyler Durden was Marla Singer's mom the whole time. I
don't think you've seen one of those movies, but that's okay. Point taken. Yes, it's one of those things that I remain skeptical that it is supposed to be a twist, because how could you not assume it? Tim, did you know other Vertical Horizon hits? Do you remember? 'Cause you're the god and I am not. Do you remember this song?
No.
Okay. Well, they had at least 2 other hits. I was curious.
They don't. I've looked through it. They have other songs that did okay, but they don't have other hits.
That's fair. Okie dokie. That brings us to the end of the song, and that, of course, means it's time to talk about this music video. And, God.
Yeah, just overall feel. Let's start out with this, right?
Like a really, parents-approved Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah, here's something you never want to say about a music video. Malcolm in the Middle did it better.
My biggest issue with this music video is that it starts as though it is committing to a concept that it completely abandons 30 seconds later.
And then tries to come back to. It remembers.
Like it's been there the whole time.
Yeah. This thing is kind of gaslighting us a little bit.
A little bit. We should probably get into it a bit. A cab pulls up with the band in it, and they all get out. They start walking down the street. We see the lead singer. He looks pretty cool. Tim's described him in gory detail. And as they leave the cab, they get a card. There's so much writing in this music video. It's frustrating. They get a card that says, "Everyone rides." And then the other side says, "In style." Suddenly, we're in a light room because it's 1999 and the band is playing to camera. Don't worry about that. It's going to keep happening. Nothing really eventful ever happens in that lit up room.
But the other thing, at the very beginning of this, it's really 2 taxis that pull up, which gives us a hint of what the kind of theme of this music video is going to be. Because basically...
They put the reflective effect on as the cab pulls up.
Yes, because the idea of this music video is if you made different decisions, your life would go slightly different.
But it's not even initially truly realized until a good minute into the video, when a dude on a bike, a chopper bike, comes at the guy and the video actually splits into 2 simultaneous timelines, so to speak.
Yeah, and they have several characters that are a homeless guy in the street or this guy on a bike, and they all kind of look like they're stealing some sort of Marla Singer aesthetic, or maybe Bingo from Doug Stanhope's life, or even
Hobo Chic.
Yeah.
So this is the crux of my issue here. So the video splits. You see the lead singer walking down a sidewalk and a guy on a bicycle almost hits him, and the guy jumps out of the way, and he jumps to the right side and the left side, creating 2 simultaneous stories. And I wrote in my notes, I see. We are about to see 2 very different days unfold.
Yeah.
Here's the problem.
This is a very Hugh Everett kind of thing.
Neither do we see 2 of anything, nor are they terrifically different.
So
it splits in 2 and it starts in 2, but they're mostly just standing in slightly different locations near a light pole.
Yeah, the biggest difference I could find is that one version of him pets dogs and the other, I guess, is evil.
Yeah, Yeah, leather jacket. But it's mostly just standing around and singing.
Is it leather jacket with a wife beater under it?
Couldn't tell you.
Is that one of the versions wears a wife beater, and I don't know if it's the happy dog petting guy or the evil version.
Doesn't matter. Both are boring as all get out.
True.
Suddenly we're in a diner, we see a couple fight, and the words say, every 6 seconds, you think about sex.
Yeah. And that's
then the word more on a black background appears. Okay. They keep arguing, and then it says that there are 2 sides to every story. And then we get Newton's third law for no apparent reason.
Yeah.
Then the lead singer starts singing at a very bored woman who's filing her nails on a bus bench. We see some of the song lyrics get displayed. Suddenly, there's an old couple sitting in the same diner booth where we saw the other couple fighting, and the husband fucking dies. And we see the words, every story has an end.
Yes.
Now, folks, in case you're curious, and you're going, whoa, Tim, Garrett, I'm confused. You mentioned how that gentleman split into 2 simultaneous stories, and then I was with you. You said they kind of both stood around, maybe in slightly different areas. One of them was a leather-jacketed man, and one of them was petting dogs. But then it sounds like you started talking about some other stuff. What happened to those parallel stories? Are there 2 versions of everything you described? And listener, the answer's no. They just sort of stopped doing it for a while, and then they bring it back a little bit later, but only for about 15 seconds.
Yes, and only to kind of just stand in different places.
I could have been standing here or 4 feet from here. Imagine the possibilities.
Right.
What?
Right. And he does, of course, strike some Scott Stapp of Creed fame's poses.
Oh yeah. Christ pose, middle distance, Christ pose, and stop.
Yes. And then it ends with Matt in the diner booth and the phrase, everything you want is not everything you need, as if a plea for one very specific lady to just fucking notice him. And I'm embarrassed for all of us.
Touch it.
Yeah, that's... Ugh.
Just look at it. It's so unfulfilled.
Yeah, sure is. And it's going to stay that way.
Fulfill it.
No, Garrett, listen, you know me. Even I don't want to do that.
Yikes. Nobody wants to do that.
Nope.
At least not on this podcast.
Nope.
And if you do, to each their own. Mm-hmm. Alrighty, Tim. That's the music video, so I gotta ask, how did this thing do? Probably real well.
Oh, yes, Garrett. This was a #1 single in both the United States of America and in the Canadian States of America. It was the 5th best-selling single in the U.S. for all of 2000. It was the 55th best-selling single on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 from 2000 to 2009. A decade, Garrett. Only 54 songs did better than this one. It only made it to number 14 or 96 on the Dutch, depending on which chart you go with. So at the very least, the Dutch didn't seem to care for this. But the album this came from, also called Everything You Want, sold more than 2 million copies in the U.S. alone.
2 million, you say?
I do say that.
Let's see, 2 million? It's not quite enough to just call it quits, but as I said, they had at least a couple other hits. They might not have been hits, though.
No, they had a couple other songs. That's what you mean.
That's not what I mean. Okay, that's how it did. What did people think of it?
Well, Garrett, there are 85 reviews or ratings on Amazon, 4.8 out of 5 stars on average, 90% 5-star, 0% 1-star. The first one by L.C. Garrett from 2019. This is the best band of the early 2000s. The songs on this record gives you that nostalgic feeling of first loves. Sad they were all but forgotten. 5 out of 5 stars.
What motivated you to add that review? I'm curious.
Oh, I assumed it was by you. Also, the fact that this is the best band of anything, no, they're not.
Oh, right. I apologize. So many of our reviews begin with this is the best music you'll ever hear. I almost don't even hear that part anymore. I'm listening more for dead relatives or something horrible.
All right, Garrett, let's move on to the YouTube comments. This is by the Ellsworth 8 from 1 year ago. Time is passing so quickly. Songs like this help me remember when I was happy.
Good Lord. When I was happy.
Peggy Coyen S30 4 months ago. God provides everything I need or could ever want. Always.
I don't know if that's against or in favor of this song.
King G7 Immortal from 3 weeks weeks ago. This is how we treat God. And then some sort of like scared looking emoji man.
What's his name? Real King G emoji? What is it?
King G7 Immortal with a big L at the end of it.
Ah, King G7 Immortal.
Yes.
All right.
Brett A. Larson, 3 years ago. God is everything you want. God is everything you need. God is everything inside you, etc., etc.
There's pastors out there that have just told a bunch of people that this is Christian music.
Mm-hmm. Storm Brooks, 1703. Before I fully committed my life to God, I would hear this song nearly every time I went grocery shopping. Jesus is so good.
Wait, what does that have to do with anything?
I don't know.
How are those,
I think
like
God
three
was,
things connected?
God was seducing her at the grocery store to himself with this song. Garrett,
join, become Episcopal. Become Episcopal. What was that? I am everything you want. I am become Episcopal. I think I need bananas then to become Episcopal. What's going on?
TMWE 8795 1 year ago. This was from such a great time in my life. 34, never married, no kids, just absolutely free. Long 500 to 1,000 mile bike rides on a carbon fiber roadie. Prime song on my playlist.
That man's poor genitals.
Yeah, absolutely. Really just screw up that pudendal nerve. We'll talk about that later, I think. One last one and then a response to this one.
Talk about unfulfilled.
That's right. This is from Heart Cradle 01 from 7 years ago. I proposed to my wife singing this song during karaoke night with friends. She said yes. Sarah passed in a fatal car accident not too long after.
Come on! No!
So I love this song because it heavily reminds me of her, to which Devin Peterson 2387 6 years ago replied, my grandpa felt your same pain as his fiance was killed in a car accident in 1958. I wish you the best. What could possibly have motivated him to be like, I know exactly what you're like. My grandfather. First of all, who is this guy? If his fiance was killed, so like that means that he is actively pining for a world in which genetically he does not exist.
Yeah, he can never exist if that other person didn't die in that car crash. What a weird story to have heard from your grandpa.
Yeah, and I bet this seems like the kind of like Alzheimer's story that grandpa keeps telling around. Still with it, grandma, who is real upset every time he tells about that his one true love that died.
I was going to say, this sounds like a grandpa that's been married to a grandma for 60 years. He's just sick of.
Yeah, that could
I
be
wasn't
too.
even supposed to marry you, Gertrude. Supposed to marry Kelly.
Yeah, after Vertical
She died in a
Horizon.
car accident.
Proposed at karaoke
She's too good
night.
for this world. Jesus took her. Left me with you, Beelzebub.
God damn, your fucking firefighter grandfather was a real piece of work.
That guy was a handful. And by that, I mean physically abusive.
Yeah.
Oh, bit of a drinker, too. Anyway.
He was Irish. I mean, what can we say?
I wish you would stop with that. Anyway, so does a whole nation of peoples.
Yeah, but they're Irish, so who gives a shit, right?
Yikes. hatePodMail@gmail.com.
Address
Title
them
your
to Gary.
emails. Fuck you, Tim. Great reviews, Tim. That is to say, I'm putting an end to them. Who's this for?
This is for people who are actively being 7 people in somebody's life who does not know it and are also very sad because that person hates the real them. This is also for people who are riding way too far on a bike and severely damaging their pudendal nerve.
Tim, final thoughts. Any big conclusions before I ask the major question at hand?
No.
I don't know that you've enjoyed yourself. Before we get to the big question, I feel it's important that I share just how many times I've heard this song. Like, this song was on constantly in 1999.
As
in
you
the car,
wept.
in the gym, as I wept at school,
At the
as
gym.
I wept in the car, at the gym. Yeah, I see. We're all doing the same joke. Slightly different order. That's okay. Point being is, it's more nostalgic to me than I realized. realized, and it's clouding my vision, I think, a bit.
I suspect you're going in the opposite direction that emotion would make me go in, but okay.
Okay, Tim, we've been all the way through it. We've talked about every single word and the music video. Do you hate this song?
Yeah, this is boring. It kind of sucks, and the music video is stupid. What about you, Garrett? Did you get there? Did I get you there? Did I fulfill you?
Never fulfill me. Never even try. Why would you say that?
I thought that was the I don't know.
Oh, it's a metaphor. I see. Still, that's not what it means. It just means that I get you to hate. Tim.
No. Did you?
Keep the gross things straight.
Do you hate this song?
Nah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, there it is.
Wheels are off, Gino. No, I don't hate it. It's boring. Yes. It's kind of
cunty.
Flaccid. It's flaccid. Makes you soft. Makes you sad. Makes you think of a time when women wouldn't give you the time of day and you lacked the basic ability to put together 5 words to form a sentence and ask a woman out.
Tragically, now that you do have that confidence, you've done all that biking.
I don't like you trying to introduce impotence into the IUCU. Tim, I don't hate it. You hate it. That brings us to listener mail. Should you go first, or is it more prudent that I do that?
I think I'll let you go first this week.
To the Why I Hate This Album boys. My name is Eric, and I have been listening to your podcast for about a year now. I am a sound recording technology major, and I first listened to your podcast to try and discover new music. Technically, this plan has worked, but not in the way I had intended. The reason I am writing you today is because I have stolen from you.
What?
In your Macho Man Randy Savage episode, you, Garrett Harvey, lists a series of tag team wrestling names that would work for the two of you. They are all excellent. But the one that caused me to laugh out loud at work was The Accountant and All Thumbs.
Yeah.
During that midterms week, me and 2 friends, one who I will call Seb and one who I will call Nate, wrote a song called Gangster Frog Rap and released it onto all the platforms under the band name The Accountant and All Thumbs. Neither of the other 2 know that I stole this name from your podcast.
Ooh.
I've also taken to calling our helpers the Lumber Boys.
Oh, I love that.
Which is stolen from the same list of tag team wrestling names on the same episode.
Honestly,
I don't
you can
remember
have
that
them
at
both.
all. Tim, shut up. Stop giving things away. I was thinking about this theft this week because we just released a new single and the guilt is really getting to me. I understand the rage that you are doubtlessly experiencing, and I also know that your podcast is known for its swift vengeance. This is true. That said, neither of my bandmates know about my deception, and I do not intend to tell them, since they don't listen to this podcast. I assume you will be pursuing legal action. Before you do, please consider that my name is legally Cowboy. I have been bitten by the sacred cow, and the code of the cowboy forbids one cowboy suing another cowboy, Tim. I like to think that you boys would enjoy that the rest of my band doesn't know why our name is what it is. Hopefully enough that you will publicly permit me to use it in time for our upcoming Not Enough Thumbs World Domination Tour. If you don't, that's cool too. Anyway, I love your podcast. Keep up the good work. See you at the next Cowboy meeting. Eric. This is so old.
Sorry, Eric. We did not read this.
Here's the date. I found the date. This is from October 9th, 2022.
Whoa. He might have already dominated the world. Eric, we apologize.
Tim, I took to Instagram. We are now following The Accountant and All Thumbs. They are very much a real band. You can find them online. Like, they're still a thing.
It's entirely possible that we already read this email like 3 years ago.
I was worried about that. I don't know.
You're an embarrassment to this whole organization. I would slap you if I wasn't so scared of you.
I'm furious at you now. Tim, what news do you got? No, what are we doing? Mail. Go with the mail. You.
This is an email from January 2nd, 2025. It's entitled, "Hi There, Buy My Mattresses, Smiley Face." To my dearest Jim and Bartlett, I hope this email finds you both well rested, as I do often worry about the integrity of those poor couch beds after all these years. It is absolutely essential for one to intermittently reinvest in a new quality mattress, especially considering all the action that goes on in and around them, i.e. Bartlett's oft-mentioned buck wild fuck style. In light of this, I am reaching out both as a concerned fan and as an even more concerned regional mattress sales rep for the greater parts of both Lynn and Lane counties. I have come across some seriously hot sales that I would love to make available to you. Please do not hesitate to contact me in regard to these downright dirty deals. It would warm my heart to know my two favorite boys are sleeping soundly at night, especially considering Bartlett's advanced age and Jim's heroism / physical dedication to the Cowboys. That is accurate on both accounts.
This is slanderous and horseshit.
You two require some serious support only one of my mattresses can give. I would also like to mention that I have some smaller models that I feel would be perfect for the interns. They're uncomfortable as hell and reek of shellfish, rendering them almost unsellable to the average customer. However, if you were willing to purchase in bulk, I'd be willing to cut you a sweet, sweet deal. I look forward to hearing from you boys soon. Yours, Pete the Heat Manshell.
I like Pete the Heat. That's a good name. I don't think we're interested, Pete, if I may, Mr. Heat. Can I call you Heat?
Mr. Manshell.
That's better. I don't know if you've caught this, but we utilize couch beds here on the show. It's
well, he specifically mentions the couch beds.
Does he? He said mattress several times, and as you and I both know, no one would call this a mattress. I often worry about
the integrity of those poor couch beds. Yeah, you know
that's true. But I listen, Heat. I want to get into business with you. Your shellfish-laden dog beds sound perfect for our interns. However, I gotta know, my guy, are we talking Sealy's or are we talking couch bed mattresses? Because again, a couch bed really is closer to patio furniture than a couch or bed.
Sure,
really.
And now they do contain full fold-out mattresses, but we do not use them.
No, of course not. Wait, why would we?
Right, exactly. Why would we use them?
They stay in couch form. They're beds in that we sleep on them, and also they fold out into beds, but we don't use that part. Tim said that. Tim already said that. We don't use that part. Gino, do we? He's saying we do. We don't use that part. We don't use that part. We don't.
Anyway,
it's just the couch parts that we sleep as beds. Anyway, you're right. I'm getting sidetracked. Pete, Heat, Meat, Treat. We want to get in business with you, but I think we're probably only going to be working the intern angle. I don't think you sell what we need.
Probably not.
Which is ostensibly just couches. I'm not even sure why we got the couch beds. I think we thought we'd be able to use both, but they don't fit.
They would fit.
Yeah, oh shit. You know what it is? God, it's been so long now. I told you to go get futons. You got couches that convert to beds. That's not the same.
No.
Arguably, you got the better product, but not for a 9x9 room. It's a very small living room.
It's a very...
Tim, did you get emails about our beds?
What? That is my email, you cunt. What's wrong with you?
I thought, oh, right. Sorry, it was so good I thought it was mine.
Oh, I wish we could leave that in.
Maybe we can. Tim, that brings us to music news of the weird. Should you go first, or is it safer if I do?
Well, having decisively won the email challenge, I think I should go first. Decisively.
I don't think you decisively said that word. Yeah, you can go first, Steven.
Music news of the weird.
In Willard Smith's children news, Willard Smith's
children this story.
remain weird, but his daughter Willow is kind of hilarious. On Wednesday, August 13th, she posted a photo of herself weeping with a caption, "Who ate all the pussy?"
God damn it.
It's fucking great stuff. Not a single note for you, you brilliant little weirdo. People freaked out about this. I'm not sure exactly why, but in a semi-related story, Willard Smith recently realized that his terrible parenting may be to blame at least for Jaden, saying on some sort of old-timey radio show, "We made a very, very, very terrible mistake with our children, and we went to radical honesty. We made a deal from really young with our kids. The deal was if you tell the truth, you won't get in trouble. The only way you can get in trouble in this house is if we find out you did something and you don't tell the truth. This is a mistake. It's terrible because they do whatever they want and then they just come tell you. It's awful. Do not try it. You want your kids to lie? Definitely. You don't want to know some of the stuff your kids are thinking or doing." Jaden, for his part, again, this was an audio interview, but he was reportedly perched perched in the upper corner of the room dressed in a white Batman suit, silently observing his father before swooping down to ask the interviewer, how can mirrors be real if our eyes aren't real?
Swoop down to ask the reporter, what is the trigger? Dude, if that happened, I would not stop laughing for 12 days.
Yeah.
That's too funny.
Yeah.
God, hold on now. This is a lot of interesting stuff. A lot of parents out there. Let's see if we can help folks out. Good advice, by the way. Don't do what they did in any regard. You don't want either of those.
Don't name your kids Jaden. For those of you that already have, consider changing it.
Consider changing it.
You can do it. You can just change that name.
Yeah, legally. Or not.
Listen,
Doesn't matter.
There's nothing wrong with just admitting you were wrong and taking a mulligan.
Yeah, they'll thank you long term.
Yep.
Now, I don't know how it was in your house. I do know it was incredibly strict. I know that much. But the literal motto, we had something sort of similar in my house. This is not a joke, people. This is real. And I suspect other people had this too. It was, you will always get in considerably more trouble if you lie.
Yeah, we had this rule too, but I did not believe it, and I'm glad I didn't. That was bullshit.
Yeah,
that was a lie that my parents were telling me so that I wouldn't lie to them, and I did not fall for it.
Yeah, it took me like 2 times before I was like, I think I got in the same amount of trouble I would have gotten had I lied.
And here's the thing, kids listening to this, there's a chance if you lie and get away with it, you could get in 0 trouble. So roll those dice, you know?
Yeah, I tried to explain that to my dad once, and he was like, well, don't you feel bad? And I was like, no, I'm getting away with it.
You know
Pay
me.
attention, dummy.
I was raised by you, and you were raised by your father, and there's a whole series of Irish abuse going on here.
I don't remember the day where we sat down to explore our emotions. Do you? Did I have a fever that day? Because I don't think it happened, dude. I don't feel. I'm dead inside.
That's right. Garrett, on that note, do you have any news about Willard Smith or his stupid brood of monsters?
No, but I do have news about Megan Thee Stallion's attempted murderer.
Oh,
Tory
who ate
Lanez.
all the pussy? That should be our new sign-off.
I'd prefer it weren't. But
what if
I
we
won't
ended
stand
the
in your way.
history every week with me just asking you who ate all the pussy?
And me feverishly ignoring you. God.
That is the right reaction. Garrett, go ahead.
Tim, do you remember Tory Lanez? He shot Megan Thee Stallion in the feet a bunch.
Lanez, right?
I doubt it. Wait, new news story. You know it's Lanes, right?
You've been saying Lanez.
We were doing a thing though. It's Lanez.
Right,
I mean,
Lanez.
actually, listen. Here's the thing. It actually could be Lanez for all I goddamn know. I always assumed it was Lanes and that I was being a goofball. And
I think you're wrong now.
that makes me more confident that it's definitely Lanes. Anyway, he has asked for yet another appeal, this time to a 3-judge panel who is determining whether or not the shooting case should be allowed to appeal. And the arguments, I read the whole thing and I've tried to summarize it in like 2 sentences. It's very strange. So much so that the actual words used by the prosecutor is nonsensical. And that was actually the word I saw first. And I was like, well, what would drive a lawyer in a legal brief to a judge to write the word nonsensical? So this is the argument that they're going with. Way back when Tory was having his trial, the prosecution said that jurors would hear from Megan Thee Stallion's bodyguard that Tory Lanez had shot her in the feet, that he had witnessed this. But during the trial, nobody could fucking find this guy. He literally disappeared, and so the prosecution never called him. Well, they called him, but they couldn't find him, so he never appeared. The argument that the defense lawyer has brought to these judges is, well, he told the jury that they were gonna say that, and then they never said that. So, like, they sort of were, like, assuming that he would have said that. And they can't say that. And so the prosecutor's like, I mean, if you can prove in any way that I didn't expect this guy to show up, maybe? But, like, he's listed as a witness in the trial. Like, we let you know. We wanted to call him. Like, we have to be able to speak to what we expect witnesses to describe based on their testimony. Like, he even has, like, an affidavit. Like, here's the guy's like sworn statement beforehand. There's a reason we were calling him. And so he was just like, this is just nonsense. Like, I don't understand. So I don't think it's looking great for Tory to get out anytime soon.
Well, that's
Don't
a
shoot
real
people in the
shame.
feet. Anyway, Tim, what other news do you got?
Well, Garrett, in not Justin Bieber news, Dylan Desclos is definitely not Justin Bieber, but that does not stop him from pretending. Dylan was in Las Vegas over the weekend and apparently has a whole team just dedicated to pretending that he is in fact Justin Bieber, which is weird. That's a weird job to have. I help a guy lie about something he isn't. They contacted the Wynn Las Vegas, where DJ Griffin was DJing at XS nightclub, and had this sort of like weird day-long effort to get them to believe that this was Juby. Now, DJ Griffin did in fact believe him to be Bieber, so he let him take the stage, and I'm quoting here, energetically, if inaccurately, called out, "We've got Justin Bieber in the house," where Dylan performed several hits of Justin Bieber's, by all accounts quite poorly, at which time the set was ended, and the Wynn staff, who I can say from personal experience, do not fuck around, escorted him and banned him forever from their property. He has apparently been doing this for 8 years, and apparently has got the same tattoos as Juby, which is absolutely insane. What a crazy thing to do to try to have sex with a lady. Apparently, he also owes the Wynn $10,000 for bottle service. DJ Griffin took it fairly well. He posted on Instagram about how he, a DJ, was made to look a fool, saying, "I just literally thought he put on a lot of weight since the last album dropped."
Did you see the videos or the photos?
Oh, yeah. He doesn't look anything like Justin Bieber.
It's fucking silly. It's so great.
Yeah, but it is possible that all of Juby's off-putting behavior and possibly even a few of his albums were this apparently overweight lunatic.
Yeah, God, how unnerving it must be to be Justin Bieber and know that there's people out there that literally are just trying to look identical to him.
Well, Garrett, in this age of the internet, there's people online who are literally pretending to be everybody.
I'm so unnerved by how much you've latched onto this. It's definitely going to be a thing. It's a problem even.
The greatest peep of all, Garrett.
God, the digital multi-peep.
Yeah.
The octopeep.
Ooh, I love every bit of this. Garrett, I think that you might not be into it, but you are doing a great job naming it.
You call it the spider peep because you just have multiple eyes in every direction.
No, I like octopeep because I'm doing it to 8 people at once, and also I'm pretending to be 8 people. It's I don't know what 64 is, but whatever that is, a peep.
Hex. I don't know.
Garrett, do you have news?
Yeah, I do. I feel like
here.
I should probably interrogate you further, but we'll do my news instead and assume you're not actually going to do the things you say. Tim, have we ever done an episode on Luke Combs?
Yes, I think.
Interesting.
Pretty sure.
I thought so too. Couldn't tell you if we did or not, but recently he appeared on a less successful podcast than ours, The Armchair Expert with Dax Shepard.
Oh, that guy sucks.
Yeah, I've not ever heard of it, so I assume it's not very popular. Anyway, Mr. Combs appeared on it to discuss his constant battle with OCD. Yeah, which actually I thought was a fairly interesting conversation. But as I listened to the quotes, something stood out to me. During the interview, Dax Shepard was like, yeah, but it's kind of like a superpower because you can use that like hyper focus to really get a lot accomplished. And the musician, Mr. Combs, responded with, no, it is not. I don't believe that any element of this condition could ever be considered beneficial. Rather, it has been a relentless internal unraveling. Quote, I don't think it's part of my success at all. If I just never had it, that would be awesome. There is no good part of it other than when you don't have it. End quote. So apparently Combs has studied. This is the part that first it made me laugh because just talk about an interview going sideways hard. He was just like, no, not at all. It's a constant struggle. It's kind of ruined my life. In fact, you should minimalize it. You can't. But anyway, this is the part that made me giggle. He says that Combs has studied the patterns of how his OCD presents itself in order to take preventative measures against it.
No. You're OCD, you're OCD, you stupid asshole.
For me, it was like, man, how can I just like change what I'm doing, what I'm eating, just everything? My life revolves around preventing it.
Nope, it doesn't. You think it does, but you're indulging it.
You're doing the thing. Oh man. Yeah. Like I actually read the whole article that I'm sure there were several, but the one I found about this, I like reread it a couple times because like maybe it's just like worded funny. And then I was like, ooh, no, you're buddy. Uh-oh. And you're bragging about it. Yikes.
It's
you really have no
again.
idea. Tim, other news that you might have about music?
Sure, yeah. In JFK news, our Big Apple JFK Airport is getting a $4.2 billion Terminal 6, or possibly upgrade to Terminal 6, and is going to feature a bunch of art from the MoMA, Met, Lincoln Center, and other museums. One of these art installments will come courtesy of kinda musician Yoko Ono. She has
Jesus.
She has a MoMA art piece called Peace is Power that features a bunch of places to sit with imagine peace and spread peace and other words that involve peace written on the wall because Donald Lennon, you see.
Right.
And apparently the JFK airport will get some sort of extension of that. So the news here, I guess, is that Yoko Ono is still alive and we're going to sit near something she made at some point.
Dude, I have so many issues with that. Like, first of all, to hear that is a multi-billion-dollar upgrade to add... Listen, I'm a fan of the arts as much as the next guy.
Hopefully they're putting in like a food court too.
Right? Or like, seats.
Well, the art does have seats built alongside. I don't know.
Also, like, maybe spread the wealth a little bit, head on over to our good buddy LaGuardia and just get the piss smell out of it.
LaGuardia is actually very nice now.
No, really?
Yeah.
It's nice inside. Doesn't smell like piss.
Nope, not at all.
Wow.
You are not with the times, man. You have been flying out of JFK, and for God's sakes, a couple times Newark. That does smell like piss.
And garbage.
Well, it is garbage. That's why it
Your
smells like that.
entire state smells like garbage.
Yeah. A bunch of Italians and Irish.
Jesus Christ. hatePodMail@gmail.com. Title your emails. Fuck you, Tim. I'm going to kill you.
Don't do that, though, because I'm actually in a huge fight with somebody in our building. I'm kind of scared.
Muddy the water. Yeah. You are in a huge fight with somebody in our building. Well, it's a one side. They're fighting with you and you are ignoring them.
Well,
which
is because I'm legally in the right.
Yeah.
And actually, we shouldn't discuss it anymore here because the more we discuss it publicly, the less legally in the right I get. Garrett, what other news do you have?
As long as we don't share a single detail, I'm just going to say it's very funny to watch somebody else try to deal with you, especially when they think they can just handle you. I'm just like, oh my God, you've fallen into a vat of taffy, my friend. Stop struggling. It's going to get worse before it gets better.
Stop struggling. Just breathe in that thick, thick candy.
Tim, you are human quicksand. God, that's good stuff. Is it my turn?
It is, yes. Please read more news.
My final news of the day, Tim, is filed under the heading of more people, not less, are just really sick of Drake's bullshit.
Yeah, that's good.
Lucien Grange, the CEO of Universal Music Group, aka one really rich motherfucking businessman, has issued his first public response to Drake's lawsuit against the company for what he alleges to be the strategic defamatory promotion of Kendrick Lamar's hit diss song, Not Like Us, earlier this week. Drake's attorneys attempted to force Grange to submit documents they believe would build their case over the alleged CEO's involvement in the planning and release of Not Like Us. Just in case anybody's not following, Drake's attorneys are saying the CEO of Universal Music Group was directly involved with the content and release of a single song.
And this is also the record label that he is on, correct?
Oh, I don't know.
I think so.
Maybe.
I think it is.
That makes things very confusing. Story continues. So, Grange states, whilst as part of my role, I certainly have financial oversight and responsibility for UMG's global businesses, the proposition that I was in any way involved in, much less responsible for reviewing and approving the content of Not Like Us, its cover art or music video, or for determining or directing the promotion of this material is both groundless and indeed ridiculous. End quote.
Garrett,
which, like,
can I give you a hot take here?
Okay.
I bet he did it.
He's just an evil old man.
Yeah.
Who
he's
hates
lying
Drake.
about it because he knows how stupid and crazy it makes Drake sound.
God, I hate to ever be like this new world where people are, where billionaires are people's heroes. Like, I don't love that. But this guy, if he's doing that to Drake, that's pretty goddamn funny.
If he's doing that to Drake, I bet I could be like 7 or 8 people that could do different things to Drake online.
Oh my God. I'm going to pretend I didn't didn't hear that. Oh, Jesus. What made me laugh even more about the fact that his response was like, I'm not giving you shit. Like, what are you talking about? Is that when he explained what their lawyer's position was, it reveals just how, like, stupid Drake is.
Yeah, and he's making an adult do this.
Right, yeah. Like, hey, man, do you not get how, like, a business works? That guy is closer to a tax accountant than he is a musical executive.
Yeah, also, he does not know you exist.
Yeah, doesn't know you exist. You are a line item on a spreadsheet that is X number of dollars. And if it's not above a certain number, somebody gets fired. That's all you are.
Yeah.
God, what a fucking child.
Yeah.
Hey, you all butthurt over everybody making fun of you for talking to Millie Bobby Brown? Guess what? Don't do that shit, Drake.
Yeah.
Also, you ruined Degrassi.
No, he didn't.
I said it.
He was great on Degrassi. I liked when he was paralyzed.
That was his character on Degrassi.
Right. I liked that. It made me happy.
Jesus. Listen.
Him specifically. I'm not saying I'm happy that... I feel like you're twisting my words.
Is that why you always smile when you see people in wheelchair?
No.
Oh my
It's why
God.
I would smile if I saw
God.
Drake in a wheelchair. It's very specific. It's a different thing entirely.
You are a bad man.
Yeah.
Tim, any other news?
Yeah, in Oasis news, Garrett, Liam Gallagher, who is the non-potato, I think, aka Will Liam John Paul Gallagher, because apparently Liam is short for William, just as Topher is short for Christopher and Othie is short for Timothy, is no longer allowed to throw his macarenas or tambourine into the crowd after shows. He said,
Macarena?
I can't throw my tambourine out tonight or my maracas. I'm so stupid. Let me take that again. Is no longer allowed to throw his maracas or tambourine into the crowd after shows. He said, I can't throw my tambourine out tonight or my maracas. I've been told not to. Don't do any of that shit anymore because you don't know how to behave yourselves. You keep pinching each other on your nipples and ears and fucking shit like that and kneeing each other in the bollocks. Apparently people have just been beating the shit out of each other and sometimes beating the shit out of women to get those goddamn maracas. And here's a tip for our listeners. Find out what brand of drumsticks or maracas or whatever your favorite band uses. Buy some. Buy a ticket to the show so you have evidence. Smash them up a little and then just lie. Just fucking lie. No one will ever know.
Yeah, they won't know.
Yeah. Also, there are a bunch of very funny videos of sign language interpreters at Oasis shows just really getting into it. It is unclear why this is a job, but it is good to know that they are enjoying their jobs.
It's for deaf people.
Right, but
they go.
Okay, but
they can feel it.
Well, then feel it.
If you want to really have a good time, Run the Jewels and Wu-Tang Clan, two of my favorite to watch the sign interpreter.
Okay.
Also, curiously, Tim, I'm just being handed an update on that story. While maracas and tambourines are no longer allowed to be tossed into the crowd, still allowed mic stands and chairs. Curiously.
Dear.
So, watch out, Oasis fans. For mic stands and chairs. Who are you, Ronnie Radke? It's a mic stand to the face joke. Ronnie Radke. Tim, that's going to do it for this week. But before we go, let's announce what album we're going to be listening to next week for an entire week before we come back here and talk about that week. What album is it going to be?
We are going to be listening to Fun's Some Nights. It's going to be fun, Garrett.
It's going to be a weird one because this is one of those few times where I have met the band before we do this.
Come on.
What do you mean, come on?
I think you're lying. I don't know why.
What do you mean I'm lying? I interviewed them for Huffington Post.
You do not work for the Huffington Post.
I did that night.
That doesn't sound right.
I'm pretty sure I still have my press pass.
I'm going to need to see that before next week.
I'm sure I still have the footage on an SD card.
Well, we're going to have to figure out a way to view that.
God, what?
Just admit you're lying.
I'm not lying. I've met these people. This is like the worst flex in the world.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's terrible.
Fuck you. We're done. I'm going to find the proof. Find the fun. God, it's not Drake-esque. You've escalated. All right, I got a pee, so let's wrap it up. Folks, as always, rate, review, subscribe, reach out, hatepodmail@gmail.com, hatepod on Instagram, album hatepod on Twitter. I'm G Harvey Tweets. For this week, I've been one of your hosts, Garrett Harvey.
I have been the other of your hosts, Timothy P. Richardson. You'll know me as the one who is not lying about having worked for the Huffington Post for some reason.
Why would I lie?
Why would you lie, Garrett?
You're just saying what I'm saying.
There's cowboys running through my dreams. Nothing's quite the way it seems. I joined the Navy, got kicked out in a week. My facial features aren't distinct. Try to find some meaning in these songs. The genius is a genius, got it wrong. No, it's a lobster murder sex thing. It's the bleaching of the rear. A full assault on both your ears. The riffs are too repetitive. The lyrics make no sense. All the songs are B-sides. The cover art's a mess. Listen to it for a week. Now that week has passed. It's the Why I Hate This Album podcast with Tim and Gary.